Great day. I'm Aya at Haji Healing Salon, and today I want to share my devotional yoga flow with you. So, for the past 31 days, I guided the Haji Healing Salon community through what I call the Haji Yoga Mojo devotional. It's starting to get cold in Chicago, and I'm coming out of a phase where it felt like I had kind of lost my mojo or lost my magic, and I really realized that the way to get it back was to practice, was just to be on my mat every day, doing my practice, breathing deep, focusing inward, asking myself some hard questions, and giving myself a soft place to land during a challenging time when sort of creativity didn't really feel available to me. And there were some other challenges going on too. So I wanted to continue to be devoted. And I really saw that with my devotion or dedication to my practice, things were really changing in my life. And it felt like my creativity came back. I had more ideas for how to hold the space here at Haji and how to move and how to engage with people and how to continue healing myself. And so I invited the community to follow me as I shared one posture each day that we would practice, along with some affirmations that I wrote to go with each pose. And now the practice that I want to share today actually incorporates all of those postures that were part of the devotional. So there were 31 yoga postures, and almost all of them are in this sequence, and sort of brings them together, weaving those affirmations in. And so for the practice today, you'll be helped by having, if you want to pull off like two cushions from your couch, two couch pillows, and a blanket, I think that's all you really need. But if you like working with props, you already know that, and I'm sure you have them by your mat already. So we begin lying on the belly. You'll just go ahead and stretch yourself out. Bend those elbows, stack the hands or the forearms so that you can rest the forehead down. Move the feet apart as wide as the mat. And you might turn them in and out a couple times, like windshield wipers, and then just let those heels lay outward while the toes turn in. Feel the leg bones shift, the flesh around the thigh bones in any way that helps you feel more grounded, and feel into the pelvis and the low back. And see if it's helpful to shimmy right and left a little bit to release any tension there before coming back to stillness. Let your awareness travel up the length of your spine. Feel the rib cage resting down on the floor. And make sure to tuck the chin slightly so you can comfortably rest the forehead while continuing to lengthen the neck. Notice how you're breathing. Notice how it feels to breathe in and feel the belly expand against the floor. Notice how it feels to soften and let go, knowing you're held. Right now, the breath could be natural, easy, and free, and you could just be watching it. But if you've already taken hold of the breath and you prefer to cultivate a calm, smooth, and steady deep breath pattern for yourself, that's welcome also. You might even activate your ujjayi here and practice what we call samavriti, which means same breath, equal length, inhale and exhale. In crocodile pose, makrasana, we welcome the wisdom of stillness. As you lie in this pose, breathing deeply, affirm, I welcome the wisdom of stillness. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here. Now is a great time to call to mind any intention you have for this practice. You might see it in the eye of the mind and crystallize it there, and then speak it into the heart. And hold it there. You might chant a silent Om to yourself, or hum, or simply bow inwardly with reverence for your intention. And then when you feel ready, use an inhale to lift your head, spread your hands, and pull them back under your shoulders. Walk the feet a bit closer together, but keep a little space between the knees. Push into hands and knees to rise up onto all fours. You might just keep stretching out, moving the tail back in the direction of the heels, and see how that feels. And then draw forward till shoulders are over wrists and hips are over knees, separating the knees about hip distance apart. We'll come into a cat-cow position here. So preparing for a little breast synchronized movement. Inhale, a low belly, but lifted face, heart, and tail. And as you exhale, round the upper back, tucking the chin up toward the chest. Invite a tuck for the tail and press the floor away. As you continue to expand the heart space and the throat and third eye while lifting the tail with every inhale, you'll exhale and round and go inward while rounding upper back. And you can affirm here as you continue to synchronize breath and movement. I am flexible in the face of challenge. I am flexible when challenges arise. My flexibility helps me move through challenge. Next time the back is round, keep it there. Tap the two big toes together, widen the knees apart, and aim the tail back in the direction of the heels. Now, if it's your first time really coming into child's pose, balasana, you might really ease into it. Taking a moment to rock right and left can be helpful, maybe bringing the forearms down first and noting how you feel. And only when you feel ready to go a little deeper do you drop the belly down into that space between the thighs and maybe stretch the arms forward. Tucking the chin, rest the forehead to the earth. You could be here breathing deep into the back body. Or if you feel pretty good in child's pose and you're able to shift a little to bring the head down to the floor, right where the hairline is, where it begins, you can sweep the arms alongside the outer legs and rest with the palms up. Give it a try. See what feels like medicine for your body. And keep deepening your breath. Now we are committed, we are devoted to Ujjayi. That breath is moving in and out through the nose. And we are narrowing the airway so that we begin to hear a raspy whispering sound, an aspirant sound, like whispering without words, with every inhale and exhale. When you're ready, sweep those arms forward, lift the head, gaze up between the hands. As you exhale, send the right hand back toward the knee. Turn it over so the palm turns up and extend that right arm underneath the left, revolving the upper body. Take right shoulder and right ear down to the floor. You can keep extending the left fingers up toward the front of the mat, breathing deeply here in a low threaded needle. Inhale. I welcome a new perspective. Exhale. Inhale, slowly lift your head, come back toward the center. Pull that right arm out from underneath you and take it to the front of the mat. Pull the left hand back in the direction of that left knee. Turn the palm over so it's turned up. Reach through and land down softly, slowly, mindfully. And always be breathing deeply, in and out through the nose. I welcome a new perspective. I welcome a new perspective. As you're ready, releasing right palm to the floor, pushing down to lift up, gaze forward as you extend the left arm up to meet the right. And slowly, mindfully Come again up to all fours and inhale. As you exhale, walk the knees a bit closer together, separate the feet a little wider apart, stand with all joints stacked in your tabletop pose. Keep pushing the left palm down and extend the right arm forward. Can you lift it up toward the height of the ear, tuck the chin, push into the right knee and top of right foot, extend left leg back with flexed toes, lift heel to height of hip. See if you can feel where your body parts are in space. Hug everything in toward the midline and keep balancing. Extended arm and leg, opposite reach. Big breath in. As you exhale, pull the right elbow back toward the hip and draw the left knee up toward the forehead while rounding the back. Inhale, expand out. And as you continue to move, one breath, one movement, from expanding to contracting, you can affirm, I beautifully balance my inner and outer worlds. And then we'll exhale, right hand down, left knee down. Take a moment to weight bear on all fours. Shift the hips right and left if that feels good. As you feel ready and energized, extend left arm forward, ground into left knee and top of left foot, and reach right leg back. Breathe deep. Keep a nice active body, upper inner thigh squeezing toward each other, left arm hugging in toward the head. Another big breath in. And as you exhale, you're pulling in, you're rounding up. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. I beautifully balance my inner and outer worlds. Inhale, one more reach. And exhale to take the hand down to the floor, knee down. Big breath in. As you exhale, if you need a little wrist reprieve, you can sit back on the heels, make little fists and circle the hands on the wrists, or shake the hands out. When you feel ready, wait for the next inhale and drop the belly while lifting the face, heart, and tail. As you exhale, tuck the toes under. Lift the knees away from the floor. Tuck your chin, align your ears and biceps in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Remember to spread your fingers wide, root your palms, and press them down and forward. And use the strength of your arms to move your chest back in the direction of your thighs. You can have as much of a bend in the knees as you need until it feels good to begin lengthening, maybe one leg at a time. Walking out your dog. Drawing heels to floor alternately. Or maybe lengthening both legs, working heels down whether they touch or not. Activates the pose. Feet pressed down and back, like the opposite action between hands and feet could tear your mat in half if it were made of tissue paper. Open the eyes and look back with all gratitude. Affirm, I give thanks for all that has been. I give thanks for all that is now. I give thanks for all that will be, and I trust. I trust in the divine order of all things. Deep bend in the knees, look up between the hands. Take a series of, we are stepping the feet back just a little bit to create a longer downward facing dog, so that as you exhale, you can shift into a lengthened body, shoulders over wrists, and float into that plank. Then exhale, pick your hips up, ground your heels down, reach the tail high and look back, and then shifting forward, find again that plank that affirms the strength in your body. And last time, exhaling, hips up and back, gazing back. Inhale forward and affirm, I live in alignment with my core values. Lower the pelvis, bend the elbows, keep the heart high, and then push yourself up again and rock back. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Big breath in, full breath out. Let's bend both the knees. Look up between the hands and take a series of small steps that'll bring those feet forward. At the top, inhale, halfway up, palms pressed to shins, belly pulls in, back body lengthens as chin tucks. Long neck, exhale, deep bend of the knees. Affirming, I bow to my inner teacher. I bow deeply to my inner teacher. I bow with reverence to my inner teacher. Keep grounding through the feet, bend into the knees, spread the arms, lift the heart, and begin to rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, reaching beyond, experiencing the body as the bridge between heaven and earth. And exhale, hands down at the heart, standing in Tadasana. Affirming, I stand in my power now. I stand in my power now. I stand in my power right now. Big breath in. Full breath out. Release. Let's drop the arms. Let's keep the hands at the heart. Interlace the fingers. Turn the palms inside out and press them away from the body. Then lift the arms up and back next to the ears. Squeeze the legs. Hug those inner thighs toward each other. And as you exhale, deep bend the knees, sending the butt back beyond the heels. Good. And then push into the feet to inhale and lift. Maybe the pelvis can come forward as the arm bones draw back. Then again, bending the knees, sit the butt back. Affirming, as I stoke the internal fire, I am cleansed. Inhale, rise. As I stoke the internal fire, sitting back into chair pose, I am cleansed. Last time, inhale, lift. As I stoke the internal fire, I am cleansed. Spread the arms wide, bend forward, and release the fingers to the floor. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step the left foot up between the hands and extend the right leg straight back, drawing the knee down to the floor. Set yourself up for a low lunge. That means putting the top of the foot down, wiggling the left toes forward, and shifting the hips toward the front of the mat. You'll press the palms together and rise up, lifting the heart, rolling the head back, gazing up to the prayer hands. Exhale, slowly pull yourself out of that depth of lunge you were in to come back to stacked knee over ankle, stacked hip over knee. Inhale the two hands overhead. Exhale, hold the right wrist in the left hand and lengthen, and then arc over to the left any amount, keeping the balance, staying with the breath. Inhale back to your center. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Bring them down. Staying soft in the midsection, start to revolve. Turning to the left, lean forward, hook the elbow outside the knee, and press the knee into the elbow as you bring the prayer hands to parallel. Get a new perspective. Gaze in a new direction. Stay here with the knee down, or if you want more challenge, tuck those toes, lift the back knee up. See what feels like medicine for you. Keep breathing deep. If you want to expand beyond this, send the right fingers to the floor. Reach the left arm up. Look to the thumb. Big breath in. As you exhale, if the knee is down, you'll lift it up. Bring the two hands to frame that front foot and slowly step that right foot up next to the left. Push the feet down. Spread the arms wide. Rise with bent knees to bring the arms straight up, spreading those limbs wide. Bend into the right knee. Swivel it out to the right as you lay the arch of the foot over the left ankle. Those toes can stay on the floor, or if you're practiced in tree pose, you can bring the foot up to the calf, or even all the way up to the upper inner thigh. Deep breaths. Whatever you choose, make sure you can breathe while you're there. And as you exhale, bring those hands together overhead, float the right knee into the center, lean the upper body forward while stretching the right leg back. Flex the toes, pull the belly in, lift the back body up. Breathe, feeling where your body is in space. That's called proprioception. And as you feel ready, drop that right foot down, Lean weight back into it and swivel right heel to the floor. There will be some wobbling, yeah? Let's start off with square hips, grounded back foot at 45, deep bend in left knee, reach the arms up, inhale. Virabhadrasana, warrior one. As you exhale, spread the arms, open the hips. You'll have to adjust that back foot a little bit. Come into warrior two, looking at left middle finger. Big breath in, stretch the arms overhead, lengthen the front leg. As you exhale, spread out and bend the left knee, look left. Inhale. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Hand to the back leg, arm lifting up and over. And as you feel ready, coming back to two straight legs, two strong straight arms. Let's drop down the arms, spin up the back heel, bend the knee a little bit, and step your foot to the front of the mat. Big breath in, full breath out. Okay, good people, same sequence, other side. Hands together at the heart, interlace the fingers, press the palms away. Inhale the arms up, stand tall. Maybe pelvis moves forward for the standing back arch, maybe not. Exhale, bend into the knees. Squeeze the legs and the butt back. Gaze ahead. Inhale, reach up. My body is the bridge between heaven and earth. And as I stoke the internal fire, I am cleansed. Last time, inhaling, reach and expand. Exhale, sit down in the fire. Then let the arms go wide. As you fold forward, release the head down, take the fingers down. Inhale, lift up a little bit, keep a bend in the knees, step the right foot forward between the hands, extend the left leg back, bring that knee down to the floor. Ground and hug together. That's essential for keeping the balance. Maybe wiggle those right toes forward, send the hips forward, yeah, while you're low. Feel into the depth of stretch you want for that left side and lift your arms, press your palms, maybe roll your head back. See what's possible today. As you exhale, come back to center. Find your way, knee over ankle, hip over knee. Deep breaths, stretch the arms overhead, inhaling. As you exhale, you're arcing now over toward the bent knee, yeah? So holding the left wrist in the right hand, going over, and then coming back, hands together at the heart. Breathe in. Exhale, empty of breath, soft belly, yielding to the twist, revolve, lean, and lock, elbow to outer knee. Press palms parallel, right knee or right elbow is lifted. Deep breaths, staying here. Or if you took the challenge of bringing the back toes under and lifting up that back knee on the other side, coming here. Staying here for another deep breath, enjoying this new perspective. And we affirm here that my higher self is guiding this inner and outer revolution. It's my higher self that's guiding this inner and outer revolution. My higher self is guiding this inner and outer revolution. So unwind yourself, bring your hands to the floor for support, lift the back knee if it was on the floor, and prepare to step up. 2 feet meeting one another again. And inhale. As you exhale, bend the knees, rise up with widespread arms. Now we'll bend left knee, swivel that left knee out to the left. Push arch of foot over ankle, ground. And remember, you can stay here with toes on the floor or take them to the calf muscle. What we never want to do is press against the knee. So you're below the knee or above, honoring your body, deepening your breath. In tree pose, we affirm, I honor the season I am in. I honor the season I'm in. I honor this season that I'm in. Take the hands together at the heart, fold the left knee in. See about a tilting forward of the torso and an extending back of the left leg. Can you squeeze the upper inner thighs and turn the left toes down? Flex the foot, reach out from the heel through the crown. Long body, deep breath. Then slowly bend into the front knee, lower the back foot, take some weight there. It's about half. Ground the outer back foot down. Squaring off the hips, take those 2 arms forward. Inhale. Exhale, maybe sit a little deeper, adjust the stance. Often adjustments are needed, and then open out into warrior two. Strong arms, deep breath, aligning the front heel with back arch. Look to right middle finger. Inhale here. Exhale, reverse the warrior. Come back. Inhale. And as you exhale, straighten out the legs. Release the arms. How about lifting the back heel, pivoting those hips forward? We have to bend both the knees, but we can take a big step to bring those feet together. Big breath in. Full breath out. All right. You're doing fantastically well. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking with it. Squeeze the legs together. Bend the knees and sit back and down toward that chair pose shape. Let's manage the opening of the arms here as we breathe in. And then exhale, take the right arm over the left and bend the elbows, taking hands to shoulders or attempting to bring the fingers into the palm, left fingers into right palm. Rounding here through both feet, feeling that stability, affirming that balance is our birthright. As we stand, strong on right foot, lift left knee, cross over and squeeze together. Squeeze the foot in toward the lower leg. You might wobble, and the best thing to do is come out, pause, breathe, wait for your strength, and come back. Stronger focus, deeper breath. And when it's time to let it go, you can rejoice. Float the arms up, bend at the wrists, lift the left knee, point the toe, make it pretty. Ashe, exhale, take the foot down. Woo. Big breath in, full breath out. Let's bend the knees again. Send the butt back. Stretch the arms out, inhaling. As you exhale now, it'll be the right arm over the left. Elbows bending. You're holding shoulders or coming fingers into palm. Sitting deep. Now left foot grounds. Right leg lifts. Crossing over, squeezing together. I think it's opposite arms. Left arm over right. Just make sure you're crossing into the right side. That you've done both sides. Each arm had a chance to be on top. Each leg had a chance to be on top. And when you're ready to let go, lift up, break the wrist, point the toe, hold, Karate Kid, exhale, take the foot down, bring the arms down. And breathe again into Tadasana. Slow down the momentum of the breath. And affirm, I am standing in my power now. I am standing in my power now. I stand in my power right now. And then as you're ready, stepping one foot way back, turning the 2 feet to parallel, or really like turning the toes out and heels in. Let's start here. Spread the arms and float them up overhead. So we'll inhale, long arms, long legs. Exhale, bend knees, bend elbows, sit deep. Good. Inhale, stretch up. Really slowly, really intentionally, with the intention of expansion. Exhale, bend, sit. One more time. Inhale, reach, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows. Stay here. Big breath in, moving your chest and shoulders back in space. Keeping knees out in the direction of the toes. Then exhale, hands to the thighs. Just start to straighten the legs. Turn the toes in, heels out, and fold forward. Let the hands slide down the legs to hold the ankles, but stop in a halfway position here, long spine. Weight forward toward toes. Breathe in, reaching through the crown. As you exhale, go lower, bend your elbows, and move that upper body into the space made by the legs. So it's in that direction, right? Tail is high, feet are grounding me. Crown is reaching down toward the earth. Deep breaths. I honor the divine feminine aspect within me. As you feel ready to rise, slowly, mindfully inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, take the hands to the floor in front of you and begin bringing the heels in and toes in, heels in and toes in, heels in and toes in until feet are together and tail lowers as knees bend. Bring your booty down. Keep the bend in the knees. Push the feet down. See if you can lengthen the spine here while holding the thighs. Can you get the spine nice and long? Reaching the crown of the head up. Lean back, keeping all integrity in the spine. Find your balance with feet off the floor. Point the toes. Lift them up until they come into your sight line. About at the height of the knees. Can you roll your shoulders back? Send your heart forward. Look at your toes and find the balance from your core. Deep breaths in Navasana. Then we'll release, feet to floor. You can wrap arms around the legs and rest here. In Navasana boat pose, we affirm, I balance work and rest. I balance work and rest. Holding the thighs, lifting the heart, lengthening the spine, lean back, float the feet up, gaze to the toes. Deep breaths, good people, deep Ujjayi breaths. If you feel good here and you feel strong, you want a little more challenge, take the arms out. Look, ma, no hands. But don't let your back body round. Yeah, don't let yourself collapse. If there's collapsing happening, it's better to just hold on, right? And then exhale, feet to floor, wrap arms around. This is your rest. I balance work with rest. I balance work with rest. And when I rest with ease. I balance work with rest. And when I rest with ease. Big breath in. Exhale, prepare. Again, lean back a little bit. Keep that navel pulled in, those feet lifting up, gaze to toes. You can be here or here. If you want to try long legs, hold thighs and lengthen. There will likely be shaking, but you'll keep breathing. And then release. Let's take the soles of the feet together and widen the knees apart. Hold the ankles. Butterfly the legs if it feels good, helpful, right to do. Or you could just be in the stillness. Right, so there's wisdom and stillness. Inhale here, rooting the tail down, lifting the heart up. Exhale, option to stay where you are or see about tilting the pelvis forward so you can start to fold. And you might come to a halfway place and hang out and just notice how you feel being here and breathing. And if it feels intelligent, if it feels like a good invitation you want to accept to go more forward, to bring in more fold, you can rest the head down toward the feet. Or bring a pillow in, a cushion, a block. Take 2 more deep breaths in the pose of your choice. And in this pose, we can affirm, as I choose to ground, I am light, I am free. As I choose to ground, I am light, I am free. Inhaling the light head, floating up. Exhale, take the hands to outer knees and close the legs up like a little book. Then lay them over to one side so you can crawl to the front of your mat on all fours again. Feel into your body, take note of what it might need or be asking for. You're welcome to take on any movements or shapes that feel right for you here. We're moving forward into pigeon pose, Raja Kapotasana. So for this, I like to bring the right knee all the way up to the right wrist. And then kind of making space, point the right toes float them around in front of the left knee. And then there's some wiggling of toes that's required I'm trying to walk the toes more forward toward the front edge of the mat to bring a angle to this right shin bone. Now my weight is equally held between the two legs. Even though this is an awkward shape, I'll tuck the toes under, walk the knee back, and just slowly and kind of incrementally lower the hips down. And if this is feeling really sensational for you and you want some support, you can just take a rolled blanket or pillow, cushion, or anything and wedge that under the tail. Push the fingertips down, lift the heart up, inhale. And as you exhale, see about a forward fold, a wave of the spine that takes you down to the floor, but the inhale brings you right back up. And exhaling this wave-like motion. Inhale up. Exhale the wave. And then choose how you want to lay here. Do you want to be fingertips down, heart up, with that support, maybe wedged under the tail? Do you feel you have the space to come down on the forearms, prayer hands together, gazing forward? Or would you like to drape the whole upper body over that front leg and extend the arms out in front of you, palms down, third eye down, everything soft? So in Raja Kapotasana, we affirm, as I root myself in the now, I have all the power I need. As I root myself in the now, I have all the power I need. As I root myself in this now moment, I have all the power I need. As you feel ready, plant the palms down, lift the heart up, inhale. Exhale, turn the back toes under. We're coming out of it by doing all the same things in reverse, walking that knee forward again. I'll point my right toes, swing back, revolving that whole right leg, that whole leg line, taking the knee back, aligning the two knees, noting how I feel, big breath in between. Exhale and clear. Let's move the left knee up behind the left wrist. Move the foot across. Now you can see a little better that wiggle of toes forward, the shift to balance the weight between both sides. Turn the back toes under, walk the knee back. And this side could be telling a different story. So, we needn't require the two sides to be identical to have the same experience on both sides, right? Push the fingertips down. Let's go a little wider. Inhale, exhale, and fold. Wave. It's really a wave. It takes you down. It brings you up. As I root myself in the now, I have all the power I need. And you might find that the depth of your stretch has changed a little bit as you weren't even thinking about it. You could stay on the fingertips, come down to the forearms, or stretch the arms all the way beyond the front of the mat. Continually reaching right toes back, softening resistance in the left side, keeping everything centered. And of course, we are devoted to the breath. 2 more deep breaths here. So our practice is coming to a close. And I'd like to send you off into Shavasana with a contemplation. So press the palms down, slowly bring yourself up, turn the back toes under and walk the knee forward. Then point the toes, move that shin bone back in alignment and take the 2 knees next to each other. And let's feel into the body and decide what feels like compensation for you. Does it just feel good to be still? Do you want to swivel the hips or sway them right and left? Or sit into a child's pose or take a downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. to what feels like medicine. Before walking 2 knees over to the right side of your mat, dropping left hip down and kind of rolling over onto your back. So here you might keep a bend in the knees, have the feet flat to the floor, and feel for heels at fingertips. Breathe in, breathe out. So push the palms, the arms, the shoulder heads, and the back of the head down, as well as the feet to lift the pelvis up any amount. Give it a scoop. Reach it up toward the ceiling. Let the chest rise too toward the chin. And as you exhale, slow lower down, release, and soften. Good. So just bringing one of those in felt like a good thing. Draw those 2 knees into the chest. Inhale. As you exhale, hold the backs of the thighs, flex the feet, send them up toward the ceiling. So long legs floating overhead. You're like a letter L. Breathing in and out with flexed feet. And let the knees come into the chest again. Open them out wide and bring your 2 straight arms to the space inside the legs. Reach those fingers around the outer edges of the feet and send the feet up to the ceiling as you pull the knees down toward the armpits. Rock right and left with a long spine and heavy tail. Affirming, I am happy to be alive. I am enjoying this life experience. I'm happy to be alive. I choose to enjoy this life experience. I am happy to be alive. I choose to enjoy this life experience. Exhaling as you feel ready to release, let go. Take the feet down, invite a deep breath in, and a full breath out. Check in with yourself. So you bowed to your inner teacher in the practice. Now look in and feel in for the inner teacher and see what else the body may need to feel complete. You might welcome a twist, an inversion, or simply rise and mindfully prepare your Shavasana space. So at the bare minimum, I'm going to recommend that you have something that you can rest your knees on so that you bring flexion and length to the low back. And you're able to rest a little more comfortably when there's just something under the knees. So I have these 2 couch pillows. I give the knees a nice bend and the heels are able to rest, feeling really grounded. And then I have this blanket here, so it's nice to kind of roll it a time or two, create a little tube that the neck can rest on, and a flat area that the back of the head, the hair can spread out into. Now this is surprisingly comfortable. Arms long, palms turned up in a gesture of receptivity. Maybe turning the head right and left a couple times before finding the perfect place to rest the skull. And softening all the muscles in the face, softening all effort, letting go of holding the face anyway, and just letting it be, letting gravity have its way with the skin of the face. Closing the eyes, unclenching the teeth, letting the tongue rest against the upper palate where it meets the top row of teeth. Lips soft and parted. Chin at rest. Maybe you swallow here and soften the throat. Let go of the neck muscles. When you really feel and know that the head is supported, the neck can let go. Let neck muscles rest. Feel the shoulder girdle heavy and broad, and let it rest on the earth. Arms long, feeling magnetized to the floor. Palms are turned up, but hands have an easy curl because they're just so at ease. Hands like little chalices, ready to hold your good. Feel how the chest rises and falls with every natural breath. Have you let go of the breath yet? You can let go of the breath. You can trust your body to breathe for you, and you can become a witness to the every moment miracle of the body being breathed. Noticing the rise of the chest with inhale, the fall of the chest with exhale. And let the spine be neutral. Feel it dropping into the ease. Belly is soft and it too yields to the breath. Feel the pelvis, this giant landmark in the body. It's anchoring you in place now, and the glutes have softened and pulled out underneath you. The thigh bones are heavy and they give more and more of their weight over to the cushions that you've placed under the knees for ease. And you can feel the ease now. You can feel it in the legs, and you can feel when there's a lack of ease too. You're getting better and better at letting go and releasing the need to hold yourself up. You're getting better and better at softening, and the calf muscles are so soft. They're hanging from the bone. Heels are resting into the sponginess of your mat, and the tops of the feet and soles of the feet and all of the toes have surrendered. Everything's at ease. The whole body is at ease. Soft, heavy, surrendered. Resting in Shavasana. You're welcome to continue resting for as long as you'd like. I would like to end this practice with a simple contemplation. A little question for you. What are you devoted to? What are you devoted to? What are you devoted to? And how is it serving you? It's always good to consider. Devotion is a powerful thing. Let's keep devoting ourselves to that which supports our expansion, our ability to serve. What are you devoted to? Thank you for joining me in this practice. It's been my honor to hold the space. I bow so deeply to you. I hope to see you soon at Haji Healing Salon or back here on the channel. Many blessings.